Hi, it's Linz from Sweet Natured, and this is our MSC Virtuosa Full Cruise review. As always, I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello. Who put the video together, and this is my first time watching, so let's see what we can see.
It's the full cruise review time, Linz.
Ooh.
And we're going to start off with Embarkation, because we departed from Southampton this time.
Yes.
Southampton can be occasionally a bit of a pain for embarking.
Well, it can take a while.
It can. Now, this time, and this applies to quite a bit of this review, we were staying in Yacht Club. So the usual embarkation process, we kind of skipped a lot.
It went out the window.
It went out of the window in a very positive way. Now, what we're looking at here is what we normally go through when we go to Southampton.
Yes.
So you queue, you sit, you get your time, and
you get
wait,
annoyed.
and eventually you get on.
Yes.
When you're embarking with Yacht Club, whenever you turn up, that's when you get on.
Couldn't believe it.
And you just bypass everything.
It was wonderful.
You've still to go through security, but you skip
Oh, they open up
all the chunk of it. They open up a channel.
Oh.
And then you go in, check in up here where we are. And I'm not exaggerating to say from when we got the bags out of the car to being on the ship was how long?
Oh, it wasn't long. We didn't even have time for the Prosecco.
No, 10 minutes.
Oh,
at the most.
It's ruined all the other I can't speak. That's
all
how
other
much
embarkations. But it went perfectly smoothly.
Yes.
I would struggle to think how you could actually improve this.
Teleportation.
Maybe. Or having given you the Prosecco to drink as you walk.
That would do it. That would do it.
Because as you'll see, when you get on here in a second, I pan and just do a little bit of filming for a split second. I turn around, you're down corridor, you've smelt the Prosecco. Look at you go.
Aperol Spritz.
Oh, Aperol Spritz you had when you first got on there. But really, really can't fault it. And it's a perfect 10.
It was amazing. Loved it. Best embarkation ever.
By a long margin. And look at you heading off to get
it makes me want to book it now.
It was just so quick though, wasn't it? Now, just for reference, I had to get back off the ship. I then thought, I'll get back on the normal way. And it took me about 35 minutes. Yeah. I shouldn't have gone on the normal way. I should have got our butler.
I had another Aperol Spritz.
Would you like to invite people to subscribe, Linz?
Yes, thank you. I would love to invite people to subscribe. Thank you so much if you already have done. It means a lot. And
something new.
Oh.
If you haven't already, we do have the Sweet Natured Facebook group.
We do.
Please do come along and join us on there.
It's free.
It is free. And if you want to support the channel a little bit more, we have our Sweet Natured membership via YouTube rather than Patreon.
Yes.
Accommodation.
Oh.
Now, we were in the Yacht Club Duplex suite.
Yes.
Which we upgraded to via their bid program.
Yes, yes.
We were originally in the deluxe suite.
I have noticed a lot of other cruise lines are now doing that.
They are, because we've got a Virgin cruise coming up at the time of recording.
Yeah.
And we just had that a couple of days ago.
Yes.
To be able to upgrade on that.
Price.
So, but I think it's a great thing for the cruise lines too. If you've got empty suites, try and fill them.
But make it cheaper.
That'd be even better. The accommodation in here was excellent. If you've not seen either our cabin tour or our suite review, then please do check them out, because this is just a much shorter view of it.
Yes.
But the only problem that I had with this accommodation was it's not technically in the Yacht Club.
That is true.
The actual cabin itself, it would be really bad to moan about this cabin because it was beautiful.
It was.
We had our own private hot tub. You've got a walk-in wardrobe and dressing area.
I'm going to have a drink.
2 bathrooms, 2 showers. You can't fault it from that perspective. As I said, the only thing originally these weren't part of the Yacht Club. I think they were the Aria.
So there was no rainforest shower.
No rainforest shower, but that's fine. I don't have an issue with that.
No.
But it's the fact that you're coming down to deck 9 or deck 12 for these, as opposed to in the Yacht Club.
Yes. And it did feel like you were out of the Yacht Club.
It did. Well, you actually had to come out of the Yacht Club area to get to it.
You were so out.
But fair enough. But that as an aside, the suite was absolutely fantastic. And if you ever were offered it for a cheap upgrade or for free, take it.
There's my cupboard. I love my cupboard.
Your little walk-in cupboard. But the view over the front was fantastic.
It was. It was.
And as I said, really, really can't fault it. But we gave it 8.5. Food and restaurant.
Oh,
Now we're looking at the includes and specialty dining options. We have got our full food and dining review where we're going to a lot of depth on them,
yes.
as well as even more depth on some of the specialty restaurants.
Yeah.
If you want to take a look,
I can't remember what that is.
that was the very first thing that we had when we went into the Yacht Club for lunch when we got on, and it was the monkfish in a sauce, and it was lovely.
Okay, okay.
I have to say, throughout the entire ship, I don't recall us having a bad meal.
No.
We had meals that we weren't as keen on.
Interesting meals.
Yeah, but they weren't bad by any shape. Yeah, I wouldn't even describe any of the meals as average.
No, no.
And I would struggle to think the last time I could say that when we went on a ship.
It's making me hungry again.
Well, that's the problem when we record things at
We
lunchtime.
do it every time.
I know, we should have learned by now. But back to the food being lovely.
Yes.
We were, as we've already said multiple times on this, we were in the Yacht Club. This was our main dining room.
I'm sure we'll say it again.
Yeah. It doesn't mean that, the food was the same throughout the entire ship, but we can't comment on that.
No.
What we had in here was fantastic, and the specialty restaurants that we ate in were fantastic.
They even had, on gala night, they even had a fancy meal at lunchtime as well.
They did.
Oh, loved it. Oh.
But what I was impressed with was
Yes.
just how many good food venues there were around the ship.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about the specialty restaurants, but there were a couple that we didn't get a chance to try properly, like the Chocolatier one. But the Masters at Sea, which did fantastic pub grub.
We have to mention order both. Order both if you're in the Yacht Club.
Or, yeah, if you're in the Yacht Club and you've got the beef Wellington or the lobster as an option.
Surf and turfing.
We were about the only people in there that didn't order both, and we felt very stupid afterwards because...
That would be one word.
Yeah, your beef Wellington was absolutely amazing.
Oh, my goodness.
But the presentation of it, the service, I really am struggling to find fault with it throughout the entire ship.
Yeah, it was very continental. That was the booziest crepe Suzette I've ever had. It was the booziest Cherries Jubilee I've ever had.
Yeah, I thought when we went to the specialty restaurants as well, you'll see some little clips of them as we're talking along here, but the pricing in them was really good. Certainly if you look at it compared to some other cruise lines.
That felt really good value in there.
In Holler.
Yeah.
Holler was great value, $17.99 for all you can eat, and the food was cooked fresh for us. We could see them preparing it, and absolutely delicious.
I would go back in there and my strategy would be different.
Have you got a better strategy for your all you can eat?
It would feature more cheese.
You like the cheese in there.
I love cheese.
More cheese, less tacos. And that pudding.
I would have a t-shirt made with that on.
The pudding there, what is it? Dulce de leche?
Tres leche.
Tres leche, thank you. Was absolutely delicious. That for me was a better pudding, and prepare yourself, than your Cindy bread and butter.
Oh,
pudding.
how dare you.
I know, but for me personally it was. I was just talking about prices before we sort of went on to that there.
Yeah.
And if you look at it compared to what some other cruise lines charge for their specialty restaurants,
which is going up and up.
Yeah, I mean, we were looking at one the other day on Celebrity, and it
yes.
was $130 per person.
To sit outside.
And it was $70 in the steakhouse.
Yes, yeah.
So, by comparison, the pricing's really good, and you can get some of the packages beforehand where you get like 2, 3, or 4 meals in them, and even better. But even if you don't want to eat in all them, there is a massive choice of other venues to eat at as well.
There is. I loved it. The sushi was great. The where you sit is interesting in the sushi restaurant, but we enjoyed it. We got into the spirit
and
of
that tends to be very similar on a lot of cruise lines. They tend to be sort of set out on a sort of a walkway type thing as opposed to being a restaurant.
Yeah.
The teppanyaki Japanese restaurant was absolutely fantastic.
It went on for hours.
So much fun. Yeah, we were there for about 3 hours.
Yes.
But it was just really, really good. It's not just the specialty ones though. We also got a pizza delivered to the room one evening.
Mark, you're killing me. It's wonderful.
Really good. For me, the pizzas MSC and Alfredo's on Princess are about on par.
Oh, I don't know if I could pass a taste test.
They'd be pretty close.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But to get them brought back to your room was absolutely fantastic, and you could get them in the buffet any time.
Yes.
There's always something fantastic, and I'll give it 8.5 out of 10.
We had to pay for the ice cream.
We did. The ice cream was about €7.
Yeah, the theory was it would warm us up after being cold outside.
I don't know where the theory of having ice cream to warm up was.
It was the first food we
but it was really tasty. Entertainment on board. I've heard people, and you have as well, because we've talked about this a lot on live Q&As and things, that people are concerned that the big ships that are too big or that small ships are too small and that you might be bored and not enough to do.
Yeah.
There is zero chance that you can be bored on this ship.
You might want to escape the excitement.
Yeah, I think that's maybe the bigger challenge. We talk about relaxation later on. But from an entertainment point of view, I don't think we ever stopped having something to do.
No.
We stopped looking at the Voyager of what's going on at the day, apart from the big events, because we could just wander around and walk into something.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's probably the most entertainment pack that I recall on any ship.
That's it.
Because it didn't matter what time of day or night, did it?
No.
There was always something going on.
There was always something, and this was, your opera. You loved this, didn't you?
I did. The opera was fantastic. I went to see a ballet at sea. That's the first time I've done that.
And MSC are known for these cultural kind of spectaculars.
They do some weirder stuff.
Yeah.
And they did the carousel as well, which we haven't got any video of because you're not allowed to record in there.
No.
But that's their Cirque du Soleil, and that was brilliant. You pay a little bit extra for it, but you get a drink included as well. So it's not that much.
No.
And this was the ballet, I think.
Book it before you get on board.
Oh, no, this was the opera. This
is the opera.
Same thing, yeah, with the Traviata, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which I would, if you'd asked me before, would I have wanted to go see an opera on a cruise ship? I probably wouldn't have been that bothered.
I don't think you would.
But if you ask me now, would I want to again? Absolutely, it was fantastic.
Lovely.
But I think that they've got a little bit of a reputation for the entertainment being a little bit far out.
And they were all opera classics, weren't they? You weren't sat there thinking, I've never heard this in my life.
No, absolutely not. But they had, when I talked about things being a little bit far out, this was a magician duo called the Conjurers, who've been on telly in the US and really well known, and put on an absolutely fantastic show.
They did.
So you've got the quirkier stuff, but you've also got that more traditional entertainment that you might expect, as well as comedy, etc.
And it was in English as well. It wasn't that even though there were so many nationalities on board, this was all in English.
Obviously, the opera wasn't.
No.
You can see that's the carousel that we mentioned there, just before it got started. Then we had to put the cameras away.
Yeah.
But great venue for it as well.
Yes, and we got there pretty late, but they saved us a seat because we're in Yacht Club.
Yeah. Now, that venue, they also put stuff on that's not part of the carousel as well, like tribute acts and things. And talking of that,
we
had an Elvis tribute act on there. And if you've not seen our short yet, just have a look on the channel for it, where he gets mobbed by a load of fans.
People got into the spirit.
They very much got into the spirit. You can also do bowling. This was, to my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, the first time we've done bowling at sea.
Oh, yes.
You got 9 islands.
That's me all the time.
I had to edit through a lot of video to find that one.
Thank you.
We also had the rope bridges that we both did as well. You've got the water slides.
We didn't do them, it was February.
We didn't. It was cold and grey, overcast. This was one of the few days it wasn't actually raining.
Yeah, and I'm wearing a fleece.
But there were people doing these.
There were people doing it.
And then you've got things like the Formula One races that is no fun there. We had to go at that. That was fun.
I was rubbish at that.
You crashed quite a bit, didn't you?
Mm.
And they've got the arcades and everything like that.
One thing I am not rubbish at.
Ski ball.
Ski ball.
You love your ski ball.
I think it's a past life thing. I'm so good at it.
Bars and drinks. Now, there's lots of drinks on board.
Yes.
But I've asked, are there enough bars for the size of it? Because that master at sea, whilst I'm going to pop my head in a second and you'll see it's quiet.
It was heaving.
We could never get in there on a single evening. We couldn't even get near the bar.
No, they spilled out like a sunny day in the Wetherspoons.
They did. It absolutely packed in there.
Yes.
But we did get a really great selection of it. Being in the Yacht Club, we had the drinks package as part of that.
We should have taken a drink every time we said Yacht Club.
Oh, we'd have been very, very drunk at this point.
I'm having one.
You've got things like the Starship Club, which is quiet here because people think of it as robbing the robot, or rob the robot, I think. But the actual bar area, the Starship Club, is very busy in the evening. That whole area, people come and sit down there.
Yeah.
Because you can't really get anywhere else. You got bars below the atrium. Not a problem getting a drink as long as you're not wanting to go into necessarily one of the main bars.
Yeah.
If you want to go into, like, I think this is, L'Atelier bar, which is at the side of Indochine.
Yeah.
We could always get a table in there.
It was
outside and
quite
inside
raucous in there.
It was very raucous, but you could get a table in there.
Yes.
And the actual bar area is lovely in there. Whereas the one that we're going to see just a little bit further down, which is the main bar just before the theatre.
Oh, that was always
Did
heaving.
we ever see a
No.
table
No.
free in there in an evening?
Once they started the activities, they sort of people.
Well, that's it. So, yeah, even during the day. Like I say,
Yeah.
as soon as things start down there,
They did aerobics in there.
which were weird while people are sat around having drinks.
Yeah,
I found that very weird.
it was weird.
Yeah, in the dance floor bit in the middle is where they did the aerobics.
Yeah.
That were a weird thing. But I've only given it 6.5 out of 10. Not for the drinks. The drinks and the bar service were great where they could be, but they were overcrowded and very often slow as well.
But not in the yacht club.
Well done. Have a drink.
I'm having a drink.
Relaxing. We touched on this a little bit earlier. And how easy is it to relax on a big ship with 5,500 people?
Yes.
It's actually pretty easy.
It was for us, and I'm having another drink again.
Well, you don't have to say the YC word, but what also helped for us is that it was February and there were very few people outside, which made inside even worse.
Yeah.
But you could get a chair at any point that you wanted. But even when it's busy, there are lots of sort of nooks and areas that you can go to and unwind.
We went to the Aria area as well, didn't we?
Which were really nice.
Yeah, and the big hot tubs, and it was very quiet.
Fantastic gym.
Yes.
And again, it wasn't that busy when I went there.
No.
To it.
This was busy.
And the spa is too busy.
Yeah.
Because whenever you went in there, they filled it to capacity.
They did.
But you can always find somewhere to relax, and we've given it 8 out of 10.
Yeah. That water's not as deep as it looks.
No, it's only about a foot deep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Overall, though, we absolutely loved it, didn't we?
We did. We did.
And it wasn't just the yacht club part of it. This isn't a yacht club review. We've done that separately. We're talking about Virtuosa.
I loved it.
It's easy to think that we were in the yacht club because we were. And there were some things where we got special treatment on. But around the rest of the ship, going into the restaurants, the other bars, going into the theatres, yeah, there was some special seating if you wanted it.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I preferred seating elsewhere.
Yeah.
It were really, really good. But there is some crazy busy areas.
There is crazy. Yeah, wowzers.
Whilst I'm filming this on Carnival night,
yeah.
that was several other times as well.
Yeah.
You know, one of your top tips was don't go on that deck at night. Just
Yeah.
go on deck 7 and bypass it 'cause it's just too busy. But that didn't affect us. You could get around it. It really wasn't an issue. And we will absolutely sail on MSC again.
We've started costing it for haven't we? And wow. But we will definitely go back.
We will absolutely go back. And overall, we've given MSC Virtuosa a score of 8.5 out of 10.
I totally agree. Well, thank you, darling.
And thank you.
Ooh.
Well, cheers, Len. So that brings us to the end of another video.
Oh, cheers, darling. Thank you for watching and have a lovely day.